There's a rumor online that one day Earth could just lose gravity. No warning, no countdown, just people, cars, oceans, drifting in the sky like a low-budget sci-fi scene. Let's lock in reality fast. Gravity isn't a switch you turn off. It's not powered by Earth's core, magnets, or some hidden system. Gravity happens because matter exists. If Earth has mass, Earth has gravity. For it to turn off, the planet itself would have to disappear. And if that happens, floating is the least of our problems. But here's where it gets interesting. Gravity does change, slightly, slowly, across the universe. Stars lose mass, black holes bend space-time, ripples from cosmic collisions pass through Earth constantly. We live inside a force so constant, we forget it's there. So tonight isn't about doomsday physics. It's about what gravity really is, why we still don't fully understand it, and why the universe is stranger than the rumors, but far more fascinating.
Welcome to the Retrospect podcast, a show where people come together from different walks of life and discuss a topic from their generation's perspective. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Stoney.
Hello.
And Jason.
Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
Oh, we're doing good.
Everyone make it through the freeze okay?
Yeah, we're fixing to have another one.
Really?
Yeah, we really are.
Oh, no. I didn't look at that. Okay.
Look, I have to say something,
All
and
right.
I thought I would never, ever consider this.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I was driving, I was really hungry,
Oh, no. Okay.
and I thought about going to a McDonald's and
No
just
way.
getting the
You?
French fries.
You're
Yes.
not the
And I,
fast
like
food guy.
what came over me because I haven't eaten at a McDonald's. I can't tell
Forever.
you forever.
Yeah.
I don't eat at McDonald's anymore,
So-
or Taco Bell, or any
Or
of
any
those
of
other
that.
places.
Yeah, right. Well, I have a question for you.
All right.
If actually McDonald's sold hot dogs, which I think in some places they do, would you be able to, with a straight face, order a McWiener and tell them to supersize it? I'm just curious.
No,
It's so funny. I bring up
couldn't.
McDonald's and you see what happens, you know?
That's wild.
Yeah.
I have
You
never-
almost went to McDonald's. That's impressive.
I almost went, and people are going to be like, "Huh?
Oh, wow,
And yes,
yeah.
I really had like a brain seizure or something
Nah,
to even contemplate McDonald's because I just can't do it anymore.
No.
And I know plenty of people go to
That's
McDonald's.
fine.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's fine. I mean, whatever you like. I used to eat those French fries, and
French fries used to
all
be
the
good
time.
when they used tallow.
I've heard.
Now that they use this saturated fats and stuff, it's not the same.
I think they use was it beef tallow they used?
They used
Yeah,
to use
once
beef
upon a
tallow,
time.
100% beef tallow, and those were the best French fries on the planet.
Oh, yeah. I've heard.
And they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I remember seeing French fries. You drop them in your car, and they'd be like there a year later, and they'd still look
Oh, yeah,
the
the
same.
same, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All that stuff, all those artificial stuff you put in your body,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we're fixing to
That's
we're
crazy.
fixing to get cold again.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any ice. I
You,
know.
you know, McDonald's has hot chocolate, right?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Yes,
You know what
they
I do? You know what
Interesting.
I do?
They used
like,
to, anyway.
I do
Oh.
like McDonald's coffee.
Okay. I've
Yes.
heard it's not bad. Funny
Yes.
enough,
Like
I've
McDonald's.
heard they-
McDonald's has their own unique coffee blend,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if y'all know this, they have their own Coca-Cola blend.
Yeah, yeah.
The-
We've
the
talked
Coke-
about
yeah,
this.
The
Yeah,
Coke
yeah.
that they get is their own blend of drink of the syrup, and I thought that was interesting
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But their coffee is the same too. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
love their coffee.
Yeah, they do.
A lot
They
of
do
people
have
love
good.
their
They
coffee.
do have good coffee. I will say that.
This episode is not sponsored by McDonald's in any fashion.
No,
Just
unless
wanted
y'all
wanna
say that.
sponsor us.
Unless you want to give us,
Yeah.
No,
Little
I
shout out.
just thought that was just kind of a weird,
That's
you know,
interesting.
just kind of a weird moment, you know. But
Hey,
What if they sponsored us the McWiener meals?
you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I'd be honored or if I'd be very embarrassed of it.
What the what?
Well,
Yeah, the retrospect McWiener.
retrospect McWiener.
I don't think I like that. Oh yeah, that's funny though. I will say, if we're talking about fast food joints, we don't go too often, but I have a craving for is Chick-fil-A for me. Mine's like every now and then I'll be
I know a lot of
in
people
the
hate at Chick-fil-A.
in the area, and I'm like, ooh, wow, that actually Doesn't sound too bad, right?
I mean,
My stepson Magnus loves
Okay.
their macaroni and cheese.
It's pretty good. I've had it. It's pretty good.
He could eat 10 containers of just the mac and cheese and not miss a beat.
That's interesting. Well, it's not really what we're talking about today, but it's still fun to. I'm still interested to hear what's going on with this. The rest of this freeze. That's kind of. I didn't know we're having
Coming
another
back.
round.
It'll be here.
Dang.
We're recording on Thursday.
Yes.
And tomorrow evening, I think it'll be back. It'll start again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be back down cold.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Saturday, I saw the high like 37.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But lows back in the 20s.
Low 20s. May even be 19.
No pipes busted around here, so I was glad. I think last year I had a bit of an accident because of a late night faucet turn off, and I didn't realize it. But we're good now, so that was
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to take some precautions.
Of course.
When he starts getting that cold and how long, it's really the duration of the freeze is more so than just a single night of really cold weather. But yeah, that would be a horrible situation. That's nothing.
Ooh.
Especially now that they put the pipes in the attic mostly.
Yeah.
Early houses, the piping went underneath,
Yes.
the crawl spaces and things like that, and then came up. And you really needed to insulate those pipes. But if it burst, it went down to the ground.
Right.
But now that the pipes are in the attic,
comes up.
even your hot water pipe is in the attic. Well, here's a fun fact. Most people don't realize they just turn the cold water on. Well, if your hot water pipe is not running, guess what? That's cold water, and it can still freeze. So depending on your house, and I'm not a complete expert, but my plumbing friends say, depending on your house, you need to drip the hot water too.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you got to have a little warmth going through
Of course, yeah.
And if it has that, it will help. But you also got to insulate it. If your if your pipes are in the attic, you can use a pool noodle, but they have specific, just go put some on it. It'll help.
Right.
Because if that pops, that's coming all over your house. That's can
what
flood
happened.
2 or 3 rooms and destroy them.
Yeah, that's what happened with the office space that I was in during the big
Yeah, I
snowstorm
remember you saying
last
that, yep.
year. I had the whole office building, the water main was in the roof, and it busted. It busted.
See, that's supposed to be underground coming up and then dispersed out.
But I think that may be what it is. But regardless, over the utility room that we had, like the maintenance closet or whatever, it busted, and it flooded the whole office building. That was not fun.
Terrible situation to come home to.
Man.
To see
For me, it was
that.
walking into the office. The snow hadn't fully melted, and a few of us had walked into the office, and we're like, "Oh no, this was bad."
They don't. I know they don't really down south. They really don't insulate pipes.
No.
And it's simple because you really don't have to here. We just don't get the kind of cold that up north gets.
But it seems like January, February,
it can get chilly.
For the past 3 or 4 years now, I feel like it's been getting below freezing, which is kind of hasn't been the normal throughout me growing up.
I remember it getting quite chilly.
Okay,
growing up. I mean, at times it's gotten cold.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
It'll get down. We had that record cold. I remember it got down to like 8 or 6 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And it's sickness. Here comes the cold, the flu, and everything else. I remember that. I remember 1989 was a very vivid. I was trying to go melt pipes outside where I was living at the time. My mom, my dad was sick, and he couldn't do anything. And I was out there trying to melt the pipes, but I think I remember a low of 8.
That's wild.
I mean, the highs
You're
were
right.
the highs were like 26 degrees.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it stayed freezing for multiple days. I mean, everything. That's when I know Exxon had its blowout.
That big blow up on Christmas Eve. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's gotten cold.
Scary. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But that was 2 guys smoking.
Mm.
That was 2 guys smoking in the plant, and there is actually a dip in the road where
Yeah.
some pipes go across. And I think it was methane. I can't remember thanks to
right.
this brain
Right,
damage,
right.
but some gas had settled into that.
Whoa.
And as they drove through it, and they're not supposed to be smoking,
yeah.
but as they drove through it with their cigarettes, it ignited that. And
It just traveled.
and it was such a big explosion. It was knocking people out of their beds, other side of LSU.
It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. That was significant.
I bet.
Yep.
That's scary stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all hear where John Travolta was hospitalized for suspected COVID-19?
No.
No.
Yep. But doctors now confirm that it was only a Saturday night fever, and they assure everyone that he's staying alive. But apparently his chills were multiplying.
Stoney's always got a
Okay.
good one.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry.
comes ready for
Yeah.
it.
Well, I got what was your the one you read the other day? Was that a Samantha? She said I was funny. I got to keep it going.
Yeah,
I
Samantha.
got to keep it going.
You see what happened? You've created a monster
Oh
now.
no. Yep.
So,
That's funny.
Yeah, it's but yeah, I mean it's going to get chilly, but
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, I know we get into late spring and summer, and we're like begging because it's a hellscape outside with heat
and then you got once everything starts turning green down here, you got all the allergies and everything.
Oh,
Oh
yes.
my goodness gracious!
yeah, I gotta remember. I always mess up sometimes. I fail to put a mask on because I deal with allergies. I fail to put a mask on when I go out there that first time to cut grass.
Oh yeah.
When you get out there and you really start stirring all that
Yeah.
stuff up, man, it hit you like a
Yeah.
ton of bricks. So I tried now to remember to wear a mask.
Yeah.
I like seeing those
filter.
videos where they shake the whole tree,
Yeah.
and you can just see all that pollen coming
Wow.
off of it. Check that out.
Okay.
Just YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trees with pollen.
Right.
Oh my God. It's like this huge cloud that just kind of covers the whole area.
I mean,
It's
I know.
it's impressive.
I know. I have a white vehicle, and that's one I'll notice whenever
It gets the yellow greenish tint.
yeah. All the windows and everything turns a nice shade of yellow
Yeah.
around my vehicle.
So,
Yeah.
well, this topic
Yes.
to me,
I think Stoney, you had kind of
I
mentioned
think it
this
was
one, or you
Sony
kind of
you
Yep,
brought
it was-
this
it was,
up.
yeah.
So, what's going on with this 7 seconds of no gravity?
yeah.
Well, I think it's starting. There's no NASA project. There's
Yeah.
a supposed project. I don't remember what the name of it is. Maybe y'all could help me. But,
Okay.
there's no project. NASA has completely debunked all of this, but there's a couple of things happening at the same time. There's going to be eclipse around that time. And supposedly, and like Jason said in the intro, which I liked your intro today, talking about the Earth would have to basically disappear because of the mass.
They're calling it Project Anchor.
That's it, Project Anchor. Thank
is
you. They're saying that it's going to happen because of 2 black holes in the area.
Okay, so that's the basis of
That's
it.
the basis. They're going to have the eclipse, and 2 black holes are doing something. Now, remember, they just had 2 satellites that were 137 miles apart that have been traveling around the Earth measuring our gravity field.
Okay.
And they've measured some significant changes in that, but it's microns, but that's still significant.
Right.
And so they're putting, somebody started this video of the Earth going to lose the gravity for 7 seconds and what's going to happen to us. And it's interesting. I don't know that it's possible, but, we don't know what black holes can do either.
Right.
Well, I was kind of doing a little, just trying to figure out what to really kind of information on this topic, but it appears that this story kind of traces back to the 70s April Fool's joke
Really?
Okay, I didn't see that.
by astronomer Patrick Moore.
Okay.
He said a rare planetary alignment would briefly reduce gravity and people might feel lighter at a specific time.
No way.
Okay.
It was satire. And listeners called in saying they felt it.
No way.
Classic human brain moment.
Yes.
Suggestion is powerful, and physics was not involved in that. But they say an internet legend was born.
War of the Worlds, just in a different fashion, right?
Yes. That's crazy.
Yeah, they said gravity isn't a force generator inside Earth. It's the result of mass bending space-time, meaning matter changes the geometry of the universe around it.
Well, you have to think about it like this. Okay, let's say the Earth lost gravity magically. Let's say somehow it lost it. The moon would take off,
Oh, yeah.
but the sun would still be holding some things with its power,
Right.
and you just wouldn't shoot off. If magically gravity disappeared, you wouldn't be shooting off into space.
Yeah.
You would hover. Now, if you were in a car or a jet,
Yeah.
whatever that speed is, whatever direction that is, that's where you're going to go. And you're not going to. So if you're running, okay, Jason, he's running out doing his little half marathon thing.
Yeah.
He's just going to keep going. He doesn't have to move his legs.
Yep.
And I think that's fascinating. But then what is the sun still going to do? How is that pull going to be? We don't feel the sun's gravity because we have our own that overpowers that. But what's that going to do? Think about this. You have a nice waterfall. Well, the water's not going to fall anymore. So if it's coming off on the cliff, the water's going to keep going straight.
Yeah.
Right.
What are the oceans going to do?
Right.
What's going to happen to the tides?
There won't be any.
But think about this too. The gravity holds the atmosphere down too.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So now where's our air and oxygen going to go?
Yeah.
Floats away.
Just floats away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they say for gravity to drop to zero for even 1 second, they give basically two possibilities. Earth's mass would have to vanish, so in essence, the planet would have to disappear.
Or what happens if some black hole things happened and that little because
now you're getting into maybe some theoretical physics, and we don't know about what might that what that might entail. And they say, or the gravitational constant. And the way to describe this is the fundamental number of nature would have to change everywhere in the universe simultaneously.
Yes.
Whoa.
So they say both scenarios break all known physics. At that point, atoms, stars, chemistry, and probably reality itself stops behaving normally. 7 seconds wouldn't matter because the structure of in the universe collapses.
Yeah, but what a heck of a way to lose weight.
Yeah, you would lose a lot of weight.
You'd lose a lot of weight.
Dematerialize.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it says planetary alignment myth here. Say planets lining up does not cancel gravity. Jupiter, the biggest nearby player, affects Earth's gravity less than a parked truck affects you standing next to it.
Okay.
Tides from the moon move oceans, and even that doesn't make you lighter in any noticeable way.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, they say alignment equals cool geometry, alignment, gravity off switch. So, yeah, I mean, some of this stuff, Earth's magnetic field confusion. They said Earth's magnetic field protects us from solar radiation. We all know, everybody talked about the ozone layer, and there was a hole, and they worry about UV light.
They say that's smaller now.
Mm-hmm.
That ozone hole is smaller.
Yeah, they say
But they still want your money.
Oh, yeah.
Of course they do. Yes. Earth's magnetic fields, it just protects us from solar radiation. Has nothing to do with gravity. A compass cares. Your body weight does not. Magnetism and gravity are completely different interactions.
And one other thing, if I may throw in there, is they say that in Earth, the life of the Earth, it has stopped spinning and changed direction twice.
Wow. Oh, I forget. We talked about that.
That's 1,000 miles an hour.
Correct.
Stopping and turning the other direction. And that happens because the poles are turning, and at some point, and I guess I wish we had a scientist here.
Well, I think that we had kind of talked about, I saw something on that regarding, if the Earth stopped rotating, what would happen? it would not be a good day for us.
No,
at
it would
all.
not. No, it
Because
would not.
in essence, if it's moving 1,000 miles an hour and then it stops and the motion continues, the oceans are moving at 1,000 miles.
Oh, yeah.
So you could imagine, just sort of like what you do with water, how, all of a sudden you stop and the water gets all weird. And
Oh, but think about it like this. You would be moving now at 1,000 miles an hour.
we all are. Right.
We'd be splat on the walls.
We'd be splat. I mean, the oceans would completely overrun would be emptied from their basins and would be thrown up on land, and it would be a bad deal. I mean, it really would. I know people talked about in the past regarding magnetic pole shifts, and there's all kind of talk about what would happen if that occurred. People
We've talked about that before.
Right, project a disaster, and people associate that with climate and these kind of terrible things that happen. But yeah, it's but yeah, I mean, it's
I found some things about the ozone layer we were talking about, because I forgot about that until you mentioned it. It says a thinning of the protective ozone layer. This is mainly over the Antarctic in the spring, caused by human-made chemicals that release like chlorine and bromine, apparently, is what caused the whole issue to begin with. And it says, thanks to the 1987 Montreal Protocol phasing out these substances, the hole is slowly shrinking. Projections for full recovery by late 2060s is what they're saying. Is like, so the hole in the ozone may be fully healed by the 2060s, which is crazy to think about. So
yeah, I don't. They kind of hear. Why do people believe some of this stuff? They say
it's crazy. Before you continue, it's crazy that like I've also heard that there are some like common misconceptions and beliefs about the world and how things work or something. I don't have the full statistics on it.
Like the flat Earth theory?
Yeah, and other things like that happened because of like a joke or because of something published a long time ago.
Right.
And just because the text is old, people believe it because it's like, oh, it's...
Well, apparently Jason said this started in the 70s because
right,
some guy
that's what I'm
was
saying.
playing a joke.
But I'm talking about things that like happened even in like the 1800s and things like that there's like apparently... Anyways, I wish I would. I didn't think about that until we started talking.
I mean, as I said, as of right now, for gravity to stop even for 7 seconds, it would completely destabilize the entire universe, and we probably don't want to be around if that happens. Now, I will concede that maybe we don't have a full understanding of our reality. I've always kind of said that. We are very much ignorant of, I think, of our own natural world. And what I mean by the natural world, kind of just the forces that govern us and everything else. And
especially since we're all living in the Matrix anyway.
Well, people can say that.
He almost said, "Oh, here we go again."
Yeah, I mean, look,
Here we go.
I'm not, I don't believe we live in the Matrix, but I mean, I sometimes I feel like we do. But yeah, I think we have to look at these things that come about, and of course you listen to this stuff, and it does sound good.
Oh yeah,
I mean it sounds sometimes very compelling. Now, as I said, my one concession when it comes to this thing regarding gravity is the presence of potentially black holes, and we don't really know how black holes affect space-time.
Yeah.
Because the common understanding is a black hole's gravity is so strong that not even light can escape from it. So
but one of the fears of CERN is that they'll create a black hole.
Well, I mean,
here on the planet.
They can. I believe there's been some.
That's what I'm saying. They created one for like a billionth of a millisecond or something.
Thank God I had to shut it down because
But what if that happens? What if that's our fourth turning?
Well, if you create a black hole, then good luck. And I don't think anything can save us at that point. I mean, it's
right.
To me,
we know nothing about black holes.
Theoretically, I don't even know how for people who don't know really about black holes is supposedly, according to what science would say, was a star collapses upon itself at the end of its life, and it gets so small and so dense that
so quickly
that it compresses to unimaginable small levels, and that compression creates this hole. Now, there's people to say that it maybe pops you out somewhere else, and they call them white holes, and the other side of a black hole, and all that. I don't know. Maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe that's what I'm saying.
I heard somebody talking. I saw a video years ago. Man, I wish I'd have thought we were going to talk. I'd have found that video for us. But the scientist kind of described it in a way of, if you look at a pond or you look at the ocean, there's so many currents in that thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is basically what the universe is doing.
Yeah.
He says, but in the middle, you'll see a little swirl. And over here, you'll see a little swirl. And he's basically trying to describe that's how the universe is working, and you get this little swirl that could be started by a planet or a star imploding on itself. But he said that's how you look at that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's interesting.
That's kind of, I wish I'd have known we were going this route, because I'd have pulled that up and showed y'all that. But it was just kind of a layman's way to look at it. So, and then we want to go and create one with CERN.
Yeah, well, it says like here, I'm looking here. It says I'm looking at some verified articles on this topic, and I see Scam Advisor list an article. Earth will be losing gravity for 7 seconds on August 12th, 2026. Real or fake? And the article breaks down the rumor's origins, explains there's no evidence of NASA involvement or real source, and confirms no scientific basis for the claim.
Of course.
Yahoo UK News, fact check, post citing NASA claim Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds, details the viral Project Anchor conspiracy narrative, including the leaked document text, and rates the claim as false. Unalad, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
NASA responds to theory Earth will lose gravity on August 12th for 7 seconds. Quotes NASA saying there's no truth to the idea, and explains that gravity is tied to Earth's mass, which we just got finished talking about. The BBLV, new conspiracy theory. Earth will lose gravity on August 12th, 2026. Covers how social posts spread the claim, includes supposed details from the rumor, and highlights that scientists dismiss it as impossible.
So how did this come back about? If this was something that was like joked around about, it was like an April Fool's thing back in the 80s.
Somebody made a viral video of it,
it
just kind of took off.
Really?
It's true misinformation.
Interesting.
And it just took off.
Yeah, anybody can post articles.
I know, you're right.
And now
you never know what's just going to take off.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out why they were saying
we wish
August.
our listeners would share us so much that we would take off, maybe. Help us out, guys.
Yeah, I just, the good thing, social media and people being able to circumvent the kind of the normal channels where we have derived information from for, since the 40s.
Right.
That's been replaced. And now we have this kind of open source, everybody's kind of their own media. And unfortunately, while it has good points, it also has bad points, because there's no way of really verifying what's really real or not.
The good thing about it is, through COVID and some of the government stuff we've been talking about for a couple of years now, that the joke was that conspiracy theorists are up 42-0 right now. It's nice that we can throw another conspiracy out there and kind of even those odds out a little bit. Because for a while there, they moved the conspiracy theory section to the headline news section of the bookstore. So.
Well, talking about the origins of this, I'm reading an article here in the Scam Advisor. They say on December 31st, 2025, Instagram user at Mr. Daniel_of posted a brief video with a text overlay that read, "On August 12th, 2026, the world will lose gravity for 7 seconds. NASA knows. They're preparing but won't tell us why. He goes, however, as the time of this writing, January 26, 2026, we were unable to locate the post. It may have been deleted by either the platform or the creator around January 6th or 7th. Despite this, many people who believe the post continue to share this information across various social media platforms, fueling widespread panic.
Of course.
Think about this. How many people believed a lot of the crap on, what was it, The Inquirer?
Oh, yeah.
Or some of those other magazines.
Yeah.
This is just a bigger platform for people to believe some BS, but it's still, how many, I mean, people actually believe, this alien, and people are like, oh my God, they
what was like the radio show? I can't remember his name.
Coast to Coast?
Yeah, Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast?
Oh,
Randy used to love that show.
When every time if I worked late, if I was up all hours of the night, I was listening to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the Desert. Oh God, that was some great stuff.
Yeah.
He had some good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he really did. I mean, and he was a pioneer. And, I always pictured him in this kind of out in the middle of nowhere, because he operated in Las Vegas, in Nevada, is where he was at. Matter of fact, Art Bell's passed. It's now by George Newry, or I think that's his name. He's kind of taken over the show.
Yeah.
But they showed where he's buried, him and his wife. And Art Bell the guy was really smart. He was big into electronics and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, he pioneered. He was the guy that really kind of started all this stuff, all these weird things, and he actually had some pretty interesting guests.
What was his show?
On his show, the Coast to Coast.
Oh, okay.
Art Bell's show.
Yeah.
You know who else just passed? Kurt Von Donigan.
Really?
The author of Chariots of the Gods just passed.
Really?
And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
That's sad, because that book kind of put me into a direction. And there was two books that put me in a different direction in life. And it was Chariots of the Gods and My Side of the Mountain.
Yeah.
And those two books early on, I mean, when I was a kid, and just his passing was just, I was like, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he's...
Because if we were ever to do the episode, if you could top 5 people you want to have lunch with, I might would add, now that with the stuff we're getting into in the show, I might would have added him at least as an honorable mention.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean... these people that really kind of push the boundaries, and I like it's good stuff.
Yeah.
I consume that. Are any of y'all subscribed to Gaia TV?
Mm-mm.
They have a lot of this kind of stuff on.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they do. A lot of this stuff.
Is it more like conspiracy type stuff, or is
it's a lot of that.
Okay,
It's a lot of that kind of that genre of material.
Right.
Matter of fact, I think the guy was on there. I watched a good a guy that said supposedly he's a I forget what he was, but member of this organization. Or he was a high-ranking member of it, kind of like a Illuminati or Knights Temple, some like those kind of groups. That he had all kind of information about what's hidden, but so it's all kind of like geared toward,
what is it called again? Gaia what?
Gaia, GAIA, I believe it's called. Gaia TV. It's a subscription service. You pay for it, but I mean, if you really want to get, I had it at one time, and I stopped it because it's just more money.
Of course.
But I may drop it just to get it back, because I can get a lot of good stuff for like shows topics for the show. I mean, it probably would come in handy to be able to see some of this stuff, and then you can go watch this stuff on your own and get some good ideas on topics for that we can share with our listeners out there, because we've said it many times. It's difficult to find topics to talk about every weekend. And
The one I'm seeing right here is The Secret Life of Symbols with
Yeah.
Jordan Maxwell. It's
Yeah.
the one about talks about secret societies. At least that's what I was doing a little quick search to see what came up on Gaia apparently. So
yeah, it says in the early in early January of the new year, so
Yeah.
a rumor circulated online that Earth would lose gravity for 7 seconds on August 12th,
yeah.
leading to 40 million deaths from falls.
That's what they claim.
Yeah, among
Okay.
other cataclysmic outcomes.
Right.
Well, I can tell you, if you lose all gravity for 7 seconds,
Oh yeah.
it's going to be a lot more than 40 million
40
people dying. I
Yeah.
can assure you, because I just, like, now I'm looking at things, the oceans floating up in the air.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, how all that would work. And then all of a sudden when it snaps back and all of a sudden, yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
That would be bad. You don't want to do that.
Talking about conspiracy theories and stuff, I was listening to a podcast that was also talking about something we talked about a little while ago, talking about the world populations not being accurate. And they talked to someone who is from China, who lived in China. And of course, they had talked about like what the actual number, what they claim to be the actual, what China claims to be the world or the population of China is. And the lady that is from China was like, there's no way. There's no way that number is factual for China. There's not that many people there. And she like kind of had some reasons to believe.
It wouldn't surprise me if those numbers have been inflated.
But then they started going on a tangent about how like, well, how many more countries kind of fudge the numbers or may not have 100% accurate information. And then they started talking about it a little bit. And I was like, we kind of talked about that about a few months back or whatever, talking about little fun conspiracies and what it may be.
Yeah, just real quick. Now I remember this little video clip of this guy where this whole thing came out regarding this rumor of this gravity being lost for 7 seconds. He said it. I kind of mentioned it became unavailable on January 6th or 7th. Said meaning its post was not live at the time of publication. It shared a brief video of a man who did not speak, sitting in a car. Overlaid text on the footage read, on August 12, 2026, the world will lose gravity for 7 seconds. NASA knows they're preparing, but won't tell us why. So I'm looking at the picture right now.
Right.
I think I remember this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's just that one little thing someone
it.
says, and then before you know it, it explodes into this widespread panic. That's interesting.
Yeah. It said here on the deal, key facts: duration 7.3 seconds, expected casualties 40 to 60 million. What will happen? 1 to 2 seconds, everything not secure will rise. People, vehicles, animals. 3 to 4 seconds, objects will continue to rise to 15 to 20 meters. 5 to 6 seconds, panic and chaos will ensue as people hit ceilings. And it goes on. So yeah,
I love how they give all these fake details. That's that's crazy. They'll sit here and they'll keep. I don't know. That's wild.
They say
they have a whole story, like they have it all planned out, like it's some sort of
Yeah, they say
comic book.
In November of 2024, a secret NASA document titled Project Anchor leaked online. The project's budget is $89 billion.
Holy.
And its goal is to survive a 7-second gravitational anomaly expected on August 12th,
What the heck?
2026 at
Is that true?
14:33. Yeah, I don't know. They said the post estimated there would be over 40 million deaths from falls, infrastructure destruction, economic collapse lasting over 10 years, and mass panic.
If that's true, I feel like we would have heard about it, or something else would have been done to prepare us for it. But I don't know.
Yeah, they said it in short, said while NASA's website said a total solar eclipse would occur on August 12, 2026, the rumor about Project Anchor and gravity loss was false. So, yeah, I don't know.
You take a little nugget of truth. I'm telling you, that's what like conspiracy theories I think are great at. You take a little bit of truth and a little bit of unknown, It just is that perfect middle ground for you to just this little breeding ground for whatever you want it to be.
They say a NASA spokesperson said via email that the rumor was not true. The Earth will not lose gravity on August 12, 2026. Earth's gravity or total gravitational force is determined by its mass. The only way for the Earth to lose gravity would be for the Earth's system, the combined mass of its core, mantle, crust, ocean, terrestrial water, and atmosphere to lose mass. A total solar eclipse has no unusual impact on Earth's gravity. The gravitational attraction of the sun and moon on the Earth, which doesn't impact Earth's total gravity, but does impact tidal forces, is well understood and is predictable decades in advance. Yeah.
I wonder, I don't know. I wonder I wonder, is it supposed to be a solar eclipse that's happening? Is that what's happening?
I think this is a total solar eclipse.
Solar eclipse, yes.
Yeah.
I wonder when the next one of those is happening around here where we could see it.
Well, you can probably just Google that.
Probably, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
because
right.
all of it's predicted. I mean, they can pretty much lay it out.
Yeah.
Where's going to be the best places to
They
be.
can show you the line of where
a
the
matter
best
of fact,
place to be.
I believe for us where we're at
Yeah.
to see it, I think it's 2070.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to like pass right over our area.
I won't be here.
I probably won't either, but
Well, apparently 40 million of us won't be here.
Yeah,
August what?
August 12th.
August 12th at
Yeah. Let's see. I think there's actually a lunar eclipse coming March of this year.
Yeah.
Total lunar eclipse. I did it for the state of Louisiana for us, but it looks like that March 3rd of this year is a total lunar eclipse. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Partial solar eclipses. Yeah, I think the next one we're gonna have is probably in 2040 something.
I don't know.
least for us
Things
to
might
have
be
to
falling
travel.
apart in the 2040s, according to the supercomputer.
Well,
Well.
2027 is when things start falling apart. 2040 is when everything will just be in complete chaos.
I would be very curious what's going to happen. That's, to me, that computer thing has really just got me thinking lately.
Well, you know, the other night, I think it was Monday night or Tuesday night at midnight, the atomic, what do they call it? The doomsday clock?
Yeah, they moved it up.
No, it got as close as it's ever been.
Really?
Ever been.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people are predicting, Trump his policies is causing a reshaping of the global order, and
Oh yeah.
Europe has been saying that they don't need the United States anymore, and other Europeans are saying, hold up. It's not necessarily true.
What is that now? The doomsday clock. Who
mans that?
Yeah.
I don't know who mans
The group of scientists, I believe. We'd have to look it up.
who
And how
mans
does that-
Can you look that up, Ian?
Oh yeah, I was trying to look up the
Who mans the
Yeah.
doomsday clock?
that out. Let's see. I'm just curious.
I think they need to just turn that over to AI now, right?
Yeah. I'm just curious. I mean, who, unless it already is. The thing
Yeah.
I'm curious about is who, does it just? I think we talked about this, and I still don't feel like I fully understand what the doomsday clock is.
It's run by a nonprofit, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists.
I see that here. Okay.
Yeah, founded in 1945 by scientists involved in the Manhattan Project who were worried about nuclear weapons' existential risk. So they said the actual hands are set by experts. A group called the Science and Security Board within the Bulletin decides each year where the clock should sit. How many seconds to midnight, i.e. catastrophe. They meet regularly to debate the latest risk landscape. So I imagine they've been busy lately because Trump's been giving them a lot of good stuff to think about.
But like,
know?
So is
so
Putin, so have
Yeah.
a number of people.
Trump, Putin,
yeah.
Ukraine, Zelensky. China, yeah, all of them. Yeah.
This whole Israeli Gaza
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
Yep. I don't know what's going to happen there.
This artifact is featured in.
I saw the United States was sending an aircraft carrier to the Persian Gulf. Right there for outside of Iran.
Okay.
I think something's going to happen there.
Oh,
I think
he basically said, if you kill these people,
I think they're going to allow Israel to go in there. Wouldn't be surprised if they go in there.
Okay.
And it's we'll be there to prevent any escalation from anybody else who might be thinking of trying to run in there to go help Iran.
Yeah, interesting.
But I mean, those people over there want the Islamic regime out of their country.
Yes. Yeah.
That has been made clear. And Islam is not native to Iran. So it should be out of there. And I wish the best for those people, but I've been hearing some horrible things have been coming out of that. I mean, people have been killed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when you're willing to die for something, that's when you believe in it.
Yeah.
That's when you believe in it.
Wow, that's crazy. I wonder. And you said that there's something in the Gulf there now?
Yeah, I think the United States was sending an aircraft carrier. I think I saw.
Oh, I believe I heard about this. You
could probably look it up.
Someone
it's
was
probably been in the news.
The video I'm referring to.
It's not like you can't hide an aircraft.
No. But what the video I heard is that once upon a time Obama used to park aircraft carriers as like museum pieces. But Trump, on the other hand, parks them to and uses them and uses them often to move them into position and move them into place to be like, hey, we got a lot of expensive toys here. We're not afraid to play around with them, as like a kind of a show of force to hopefully scare people into submission a little bit and kind of keep certain governments and people in check with like, oh, okay, either we try to feed our people and we try to figure out that situation, or we try to put money into fighting this force that is much bigger than we are, which I think is interesting. I think it's very true. So,
yeah, I was looking at the different phases of the doomsday clock over the years. Like, I see a chart here from, they have one in 1947, 1949, 1953, 1960, 1963, 91. It was like, they really pushed it way back because that was after the fall of the Berlin Wall. So,
really,
so it was, everybody was pretty happy at that time. They left the United States the sole superpower in the world. And 2020, it really shrank up. 2023 really shrank up. 2025, about the same, and a little bit on 2026. I think what Stoney says is as close as it's ever been.
Really. So what does the clock, does it hit zero? Does it or do we know how that functions? And
I'm reading an article here on the Doomsday Clock. As I said, it was the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, a nonprofit organization that sought to warn the public about the danger of nuclear weapons. But
I think now it's more general of all of the information happening, how close we are to the destruction of civilization or the world.
Right.
So I don't think it's just about nuclear. I think nuclear is still the big part of it.
Of course, yeah.
But
the biggest, civilization ending weapon makes sense.
I've noticed that the nuclear thing is starting to make a comeback again.
Yes.
Well, because Putin's saying he'll use nuclear weapons if.
It seemed like in the, I remember growing up, I mean, the nukes were very much a part
weapon
of kind of the culture and how movies and, remember those famous movies, Threads and The Day After, which supposedly scared the bejeebus out of President Reagan, and he kind of changed his tune on how he was approaching nuclear missiles and Persian twos, and I just kind of remember the news and all that. And
one of the most amazing movies about that was called Amazing Grace and Chuck. Have you ever seen that?
I don't think so.
It's about a little kid who gets scared. He sees a nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
Like on a class field trip. And he decides to stop playing baseball. and a great number of professional athletes get involved in his protest of not playing, and Gregory Peck plays the president. And I always like that movie. If you maybe that would, I'll throw this one out there for the aftermath. It was just an interesting movie about how those things do affect people.
Oh yeah.
And how scared they are, and how it moves them, and what we've done by creating this type of weaponry. And I thought the little kid, and there was a couple, pretty good actors, professional balls, but Gregory Peck, I think one of his last roles was the president and their relationship. And I thought it was interesting.
Well,
Interesting.
It appears that President Trump is resurrecting the idea that President Reagan had brought up back in the early 80s regarding Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
It's SDI. It was
Yeah.
Strategic Defense Initiative. He's trying about building the Golden Dome and all these things. So I think, people thought Reagan was a little crazy for saying what he did. And I know a lot of people take part of his statement like, I know a lot of people took some of his statement to mean that he was probably aware of an extraterrestrial threat.
Right.
And if you go back and hear that hit speech, they don't really follow up with the second part of it. It's the first part. But it's interesting how he framed that threat, a threat from out there.
Yeah.
He could have been meaning Soviets, missiles, and stuff like that. So we don't know. But a lot of people bring that.
It's interesting how he framed a lot of things.
Yeah.
I remember right after he got shot, I think he was in Germany, and he was talking to the crowd, and a balloon popped, and he goes, "Missed me." Everything he did, he was funny. He was just brilliantly funny.
Yeah, it's an interesting time we're in with stuff. But these stories, come and go, and it won't be the last. Now, do I once again, you have to take all these with a grain of salt because there's probably some degree of truth.
Right.
I believe NASA probably has some things that they look at,
of course,
for contingencies and how we would mitigate some sort of.
Think about this: the Nazis had the bell.
Yeah,
It was an anti-gravitational device, supposedly. Okay, that was in the 40s. Have we taken a little bit further to where maybe an anti-gravitational device could remove gravity from a larger section of the world than just a bell?
right.
Where,
Yeah, no, I agree.
the Philadelphia experiment.
Yeah,
Things like that. Where are we? It always seems to be a little truth to some of these things. And that the CIA and the government uses Hollywood to kind of push some thought processes to kind of acclimate us to get used to this stuff.
Absolutely, they do. It's I think right now, if to me, what they need to be paying attention to is asteroids. Because I believe that is truly a bigger threat than what I think we give credit. We kind of dismiss it.
Yeah.
Because we don't think it's going to happen, but it can happen. And it doesn't even really have to take a big one to be able to cause a tremendous amount of damage.
I think NASA is probably focusing on Artemis right now. That's probably the only thing they're working on. And
they are. They're
that's probably their big thing they're worried about.
I think they are definitely are looking for ways to get us to Mars.
I will say, not to be too retrospective on about last week's episode, I got the chance to look up at, how in the afternoon, sometimes you'll see the moon, kind of halfway in the sky. it was probably like 2 or 3 days ago. I like looked out at the moon and just got a good chance. Just kind of like it was a clear sky. The weather was lovely. Like I said, it was like early afternoon. Sun was setting, and I like looked at the moon, and it being like halfway shown, in like this kind of like afternoon sky. And I was like, and I really got a chance to just sit there for a second. And I was like, they're gonna take a spaceship out of Earth and go around the back of that and come back around. And I got a chance to just like sit here for a second and just like look up at the sky and wonder for a second. And I was like, wow. And after last week's episode, us talking about that and having that experience, just sit there for a second and be just kind of amazed that that's going to be a thing that's going to happen. That not only like, again, 50 some odd years ago or however long it's been that we've landed on the moon and planted a flag up there, but now it is going to happen within a few weeks or whatever.
We need to.
It's crazy.
We need to set our sights on getting back there.
Yeah,
because I would like to see. I mean, you would think by now, if for whatever reason, if we could have continued, and the will would have been there to continue to push. We would have been on the moon. We probably would have had a moon base by now.
Yeah.
I really do. I truly believe we could have done that by now.
I think it's special, and I think don't pass up the opportunity to slow down and just like, I don't know.
I mean, I love going out. I really do. Sometimes just go look at the stars.
Yeah,
we don't look at up at the sky enough.
That's one of the things I miss about living 2 miles up in Colorado. I lived at 8,900 feet, and the stars look completely different there.
Yeah, well,
you can see.
Oh yeah, everything.
And it's amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
There's no lights. There's no pollution.
You can see some
There's
incredible.
nothing. You just sit out there and you just look at it, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on a clear night with no light. If you can get away from the light, God, man, the sky can just come to life. I mean, it's just unbelievable what's out there, and it's like sometimes I can think of what those astronauts do when they get up there and see the Earth from that way. It's just a little.
It's got to be emotional.
It's got. I would be. I would be emotional.
Yeah,
I would be very emotional up there to see. This is the planet I'm from. I mean, this is this rock. I mean, there's nothing but the blackness of space
and us.
all around you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing.
And like we said before, they're going to be going on the opposite side of the moon, farther away than any human has been from Earth, and then come back around. Like that was what got me in that moment when I sat there and I was like, the moon looks so far away in this moment. And with the light and everything around me, I was like, wow, this is crazy. Just for a second. I was like, let me just take this in real quick.
I just love looking at the pictures of the Mars rover.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, to see that, it's like you're actually now looking at another world.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a different world that's never been touched by humans, or
so
supposedly. Supposedly.
Another conspiracy theory.
People say maybe there was something there before at one time. But it's the closest to Earth. I think it would probably needs a little cold.
Hey.
There's no atmosphere there.
Just bring a jacket. You'll be fine.
But you need a big jacket. You may need one of those $1.2 billion spacesuits that Elon Musk has bankrolled to figure all that out. So, but
that's fun.
Yeah, this has been interesting. Just to kind of talk about.
I love
it's a little
fun
cliche.
conspiracies.
It's just one of those topics that you kind of look at it and go, well, let's take a look at it and see what it's all about.
And if nothing else, if we have to be the show that tells people, hey, it's actually all fake, then I think it's
well, my worry is right now it's 72-0 conspiracy theorists are up.
Oh yeah,
we don't want to go to 73 on this one.
Yeah.
That would suck. Damn, conspiracy theorists did it again.
Whoopsie. Well, I'll be I will when August 12th comes. I will I'm not going to say it's not going to be on my mind.
Yeah. Just think.
But maybe
about
August 11th,
it.
I'll be like,
okay, let's see what we're doing
tomorrow. This is supposed to happen, so
Right, we'll see what happens.
Don't think it's going to happen, but just in case it might,
it'd be fun.
I'll be indoors. I'll be floating in the air along with everything else.
Tied down to something.
Yeah.
That might be fun in itself.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. Fun topic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Anything else you want to touch on before we round out the show?
I think this is good.
All right. Well, for anyone who wants to give us your comments, we have comment sections on Spotify and on YouTube for the more short form responses. And if you want to give us your long form answers, we have an email address, getoffendedtogether@gmail.com, where you can send those. And be sure to like and subscribe on all the different platforms you listen to us on. If you're not already, we really appreciate it. And share it with someone that you think would like this or maybe not like this. And until next week, thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everyone, and God bless.
If gravity disappeared for 10 seconds, the scary part wouldn't be floating. It'd be the moment gravity came back and everything cashed the check. I normally have a disclaimer on the show that says if you find out that I've committed suicide, call my law enforcement friends and let them know I didn't do it. But I have to add something to that. If I actually ever go missing, let me save you some time. You don't need to go searching the hiking trails. Thanks for joining us. You're the best. Peace.